You already know when you're locked up, man, you'll find yourself getting into situations over the stupidest stuff. And one thing that a lot of people seem to have drama over is cell phones. Well, for the story here, I'm going to tell you how a fight happened all over the use of a cell phone. But it wasn't just the use of a cell phone. It's because somebody wanted to watch the new World of Warcraft movie. So let's do it. I'm the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2, cause violent first steps, finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. K Fraud TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back, y'all. My name's Frog. If this is your first time tuning in, and majority of the things I talk about over here on this channel is either jail or prison related. And I do that because I want people to understand what to really expect inside of being in the system. You know what I'm saying? For this one here, I'm going to be telling y'all a situation that occurred and took place all over the use of a cell phone. And the way it all went down was kind of crazy, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, when you're locked up, you're out of sight, out of mind. You feel like you're missing out on everything, which means you're missing out on the parties. You're missing out on hanging out with the girls, you know, going out and having fun with the fellas. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of things that you know, wouldn't really do on the streets, you want to do when you're locked up. You get what I'm saying? For instance, you know, you're not allowed to smoke when you're on probation, but I know a lot of people that smoke when they're on probation, and they weren't really smoking that much when they weren't on probation. You see, it's kind of like doing something that you're not allowed to do feels better because you know you're not allowed to do it and you're getting away with it. You feel like you're bucking the system a little bit, you know? Now, on this particular day, my homeboy, he went to sleep early, and he was the one who owned this cell phone. So when he went to go to sleep, he was like, Frog, he was like, yeah, go ahead, bro. He's like, if you want to hang out on the phone, you know what I'm saying, do your thing, you feel me? You know, hang out on that bitch, and when you're done, you know, charge it up, plug it up, make sure everything, you know what I'm saying, is fine and dandy. And, you know, for the next day, I'm like, all right, bitch, bet. You know, I said, I ain't really got to use it, though. You know what I'm saying? My phone was already dead for the night. My hold down man had that bitch charging somewhere. So I was like, I ain't really got to use it. I might get on there and shoot a couple females, a message or two on Messenger or something like that. But that's about it. He was like, well, yeah, you feel me? I'm finna go ahead and call tonight. I'm like, all right, bet. So my dog go to sleep. Now, while I'm over there on his phone, you know, fuck around, you know, dropping in every single female that's awake's inbox. You know, when you go on Messenger and you see that little online dot right there, boy. Every time I see they online, I'd shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? Just bullshitting. And somebody came up to me and was like, hey, man, how much you'll charge me to get on the phone? It's $3, right? And I was like, well, it's $3 for 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Pack of batteries for 15 minutes. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You know, I'll go ahead and I'll get him on. You know, I'll give him his 15 minutes. You feel me? And I'll charge him a pack of batteries. And I'm even such a good homeboy that I'm going to give my dog them pack of batteries. You get what I'm saying? Because it's his phone. I don't need the batteries. You know, I got my own shit already in rotation. Next thing you know, a couple minutes go by, you know, I'm thinking he wants to go like in the back stall and, you know, watch porn or talk to his old lady on, you know, FaceTime, which was actually an app called IMO is what we used to use at the time. Or Messenger, you know, you could do it like that also. I'm thinking that's what he wants to do. You feel me? He comes back about 15 minutes later. And he's like, hey, man, and he starts telling me about this movie. You know, he's like, man, you ever watched WoW? And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, oh, you don't know about World of Warcraft, this and this. He starts talking about a movie, right? And I'm like, nah, I don't know nothing about that. I've heard about it, but I don't know nothing about it. I heard it was a game and stuff like that. And he starts just talking so much about it and this and that, you know, and then he's telling me the trailer and this about the new movie that just came out and starts breaking it down. I'm like, okay, it sounds pretty cool. He's like, yeah, that's what I needed to use the phone for. So I'm like, damn, you just paid $3 for the 15 minutes just so you could watch the trailer of a movie that just came out? He's like, yeah, man, hell yeah, this and that. He's like, man, I wish I could watch the movie. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I know, you feel me? Next thing you know, he's like, could I pay you to watch the movie on the phone?
So I'm thinking like, you know, he might think he's gonna get a discount or something like that, you know. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, you know, however long the movie is, you feel me? I'm gonna charge his ass, you know, $3 every 15 minutes, you feel me? And I'm thinking, you know, I'm doing my dog a favor because, you know, he sleep, you know, and every day he basically, you know, he charges people, you know, to get on their phone, the same shit I do on mine. That's how you make your money back in. So I'm thinking like, man, maybe, you know, my dog will wake up in the morning, he'll be happy, you know, that I reeled him in some bread while he was sleeping. So we look it up. It's a long ass movie. So he's like, look, how about I just give you like 30, 40 bucks? So I'm like, all right. And he's like, I can go right now. He's like, I got a bunch of packs of batteries. I got canteen. I'll go and I'll get you like 30, 40 bucks stuff worth out of my lock or whatever. And then we'll sit, you know, we'll watch. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, you know, I call that. And then in my mind, since it was such a, you know, pretty big transaction here, people were paying for 15 minutes and everything, you know, I'm like, all right, you know, fuck it, I'll take like 40 bucks, you know. So I'm like thinking, you know, it's for the good, you know, and I'm telling him like, you gonna pay 30 bucks? And he's like, man, if I was on the streets, I would have been paying like 50 bucks to go to the movie theaters. I would have bought popcorn and all this different stuff and everything. So I'm like, he's like, it's like the same thing. So I'm like, all right. So we looking online. I'm hoping I can find a link to watch this new movie. So I'm just on there clicking on free movies, new movies coming out, different websites and stuff, which now it's easier to find stuff like that, you know. But here I'm in prison just I'm hoping the transaction goes through. I'm thinking I'm gonna surprise my dog when he wakes up. So next thing you know, I find the movie, boom, boom, I got it playing and everything like that. We're sitting there, and I literally watched this movie with another inmate. We're sitting there on lockers. I'm on the locker on this side of the bunk. He's on the locker on the other side of the bunk. And we got the phone propped up on a pillow, like leaned up so it's standing up. And we're both leaning on this damn, you know, bed, watching this World of Warcraft movie. Now, don't get me wrong, it took longer than normal because, you know, the guards going around, you know, doing their count and shit like that. You know, I was in an open bay at the time, but you gotta like keep your eyes on the officers. You get what I'm saying? They didn't know what we were really doing. You hang something up from your bunk, whether it's a towel, a shirt, part of your uniform, and it kind of like covers the bubble that the guards are in. You know, you want to cover the bubble to where they can't see directly at you, and a camera, because they had cameras at this time in prison, you know. And got the pillow right there, and we're just leaning up, we're watching this bitch. And I ain't gonna lie now, that movie was good, you know. And it felt 10 times better than it was when you watch movies like in the movie theater. You know how like if you watch a movie inside a movie theater, it's gonna always be better than it is, you know, like once it comes out. That's why like me, I'm like a fan of horror movies. So anytime a good horror movie comes out, I'll go to the movies and watch it. Even though I got, you know, a box that I get all the free shit, all pay-per-views, all, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if like a new Halloween comes out, whether it's good or bad, I'm gonna go see it in theaters because you're never gonna get that same experience watching it from your house, you know? So I'm watching the movie, shit's fire, you know what I'm saying? I liked it. I was like, okay, it's kind of like an Avatar-ish type movie, you know? You got these big old demons and big old good guys, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool to me, you feel me? So long story short, boom, the movie's fine. You know, every time the guards came, we had to, you know, tuck the phone under the pillow, act like we're just talking, you know, and that's it. Because guards, depending on what institution you're at, they'll let you walk around at nighttime and everything. You know, they just want you to be, like, in an area. You get what I'm saying? And there's some people that walk laps, believe it or not, around the dorm. They exercise doing their laps inside of prison, you know, at nighttime when everybody's sleeping. So it depends on how lenient the guards are that will let you, like, hang out and, you know, vibe and talk. So, like, if we're sitting there talking and they come around, you know, they won't yell at you all the time. Sometimes I might tell you, get on your bunk. Or if they know he lives on that other side of the dorm, go to your bunk. This case, the guards really didn't care. They just wanted to get a straight head count when they count everybody when they come around. So everything goes fine and dandy. We watched the movie. It felt like forever. You know what I'm saying? How long it was. So I'm like, boom, I had it all set. Got the $30 from dude. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we're sitting there, and then I'm like, bet that up, bro. He's like, yeah, bro, you already know. You feel me? He's like, at the end of the day, you know, here's $10 extra. And, you know, he blessed me more than he should have. You feel me? I'm like, all right, bet. It ended up being like 40 bucks altogether. And then I came up with the idea. So now what I'm going to do is, like my dog said, I'm just going to plug the phone up where he has it plugged up over by his bed. I'm going to plug it there so that way when he wakes up in the morning, it's fully charged. I'm going to be like, look, bro, last night when you was asleep, bitch, look, I came up for you. You feel me? Wakes up next day, everything's fine and dandy. Next thing you know, I'm laying there, I'm sleeping, boom, I get woke up. Frog. I'm like, yo, what's up? And he's like, damn, bro, you ain't plugged the phone up. So I'm like, huh? He like, man, you ain't plugged the phone up last night. I said, what you talking about? He's like, I said, bitch, I did plug your shit up. He's like, man, you ain't put it on the thing and this and this. And I don't know what it was, but for some reason, the charging thing he had set up, it didn't plug in right and charge. Kind of like, I know nowadays, me being an iPhone, owner, I know sometimes if I plug the cord in, that bit won't say charging. But if I take it out, put it the other way, it will. Feel me? So it didn't charge. But I did make sure when I plugged it in that it blinked it and it said charging. So I knew it was charging. So I'm like, damn, dog. I'm like, man, in my mind, I'm thinking, somebody had to have used your shit after that then. Somebody else must have known. So first thing that comes to my mind is, damn, dog, like the dude who I, let watch the movie, I wonder if he went over there and took the phone back off the, charger and probably realized he couldn't get on, because everybody in prison has like a lock on their phone. So like even if you come up on the phone, that shit locked, you probably ain't gonna be able to do nothing unless you find someone that can unlock them. You feel me? But you're not going to be able to take someone's phone at night, secretly get on it without the password, unless you got somebody right there next to you that can unlock that phone. And it takes time to unlock the phone. You feel me? So I'm thinking, I don't think bruh did nothing like that. Before I even told my dog about the whole, me making him bread and everything. And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, bro, it's dead and this and that. It ain't plugged up, bro. Damn, bro, I got all these people in line, bro. Now I got to wait for the... So I'm thinking like me telling him this is going to cheer him up. I'm like, well, look, bro. I'm like, I put that bitch on the charger. I said, and, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I made you some bread last night. So he's like, oh, yeah? I'm like, yeah, look, here's $40. And he's like, you $40? And I say, yeah, the dude over there, you know what I'm saying? Dude over there, he wanted to watch a movie, bitch. So he gave me like $40, dog, for, to watch a movie and shit like that. Next thing you know, he's like, for real? He like, oh, bro, he got to see me, bro. So I'm like, what you mean? He was like, yeah, bro, what you mean, bro? You used all my data, bro, watching a movie. So this in my mind where I ain't really know nothing about data and all that shit, right? So I'm like, and it dawned on me, bro, I did not think about the data, right? So I'm like, damn, and he's right, because I know, looking at shit, YouTube videos, porn, whatever it is, when you're locked up and you're running on data, even if you got the unlimited data plan, that bitch eventually runs out a little bit. It starts running slower, so it makes you want to add more, you feel me? So I'm like, damn, he's kind of right. So next thing you know, he wants to fight the dude. You feel me? He's like, man, he re-drained all my data, dog, and all my shit, it ain't charged, it ain't, so I'm like, damn, so I had to keep it 100 with my dog. I had to tell him, like, look, I ain't gonna cat with you, bro. I watched the movie too, though, you feel me? I feel flawed if I ain't tell you I watched it, and you go over here and you fight this dude over that. You feel me? And I want the other dude to know, he want to fight you for watching the movie, dog, but he knows I watched the movie. You feel me? I don't want the other dude who paid to watch the movie to think that, I'm not saying anything, that, I watched it too. You feel me? No, I'm letting my dog know, like, I ain't gonna cat. I watched that whole movie with bro. That shit was fire. So me, I'm kind of like bragging about the movie at the same time that he's mad about the situation. I'm like, and that bit was fire too, dog. I'm telling you, bro, you should watch it. When you get some more data, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm joking like that. So he want to fight the dude. So he go at the dude, start screaming at dude, and dude's like, bro, I ain't mean nothing by anything. I paid, it not being charged. I don't know nothing about that. The data, I offered this amount to watch it, so, and it was okayed by your homeboy, which was me. So really, it's your homeboy's fault. In all reality, it kind of was my fault, because I am the one that, basically rented it out at that time and didn't think nothing of the data. But my dog didn't want to fight me. He wanted to fight the other dude. And I'm like, bruh, I feel like it's wrong that you want to fight that man when I did it too. You get what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, but I know you, Frog. You can use my data. I don't know him. And I'm like, yeah, but he paid. You feel me? I was trying to explain it to him. But, you meet knuckleheads when you're locked up, So my dog wasn't hearing it. So he wanted to fight the dude. And the other dude was like, nah, I'm not trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay, extra for your data. How much is your data? I'll get on the phone right now and have my wife, Western Union or PayPal the amount of however much your data is. So that's what everything was supposed to be. So I'm thinking like, all right, well, I'm telling him right in front of my dog now. I'm like, my bad, bro. I ain't think nothing of the data. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy, you know, that he's tripping over it, whatever. But I get, you know, I guess what he's, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, it ain't no problem. You know, it is what it is. So my dog didn't want to seem pie, though. Like, oh, he feel like he got over on me, like he could be bought. Like, oh, bro, get over on me. He think he just dangle some bread in my face. So he's like, nah, he got to see me. And then he can send me the money if he wants to. But he still got to see me over it. So I'm like, hey, bro, you know, I go back. Here I am, the messenger. Bro, saying even if you send him the bread, it ain't going, you know, dispute the situation. You got to see him just because he feel like you trying to pay him off. Like you could just dangle bread. You know what I'm saying? People, it's just a crazy situation. So the whole time I'm sitting there like, I feel bad because dude was cool who rented it. And that's my dog, the other one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all boys just, so I'm thinking it's going to be a cool, clean fight. Y'all boys just get it over with, you know? So we prep everything, make sure the guards ain't looking, and got somebody over there by the bubble to, like, you know, distract the guard on the other side. So that way when they ask them something, the guard will look at them. And then over here's where the fight's going. Now, you know, we had the whole thing orchestrated. These boys, they go to squaring off. They get in the corner, they go to fighting. The funny thing about the whole situation is the dude who was the one that watched the World of Warcraft movie painted my homeboy. My homeboy got his ass whooped by this dude, bro. And it was funny because I'm telling him, pick your head up, right? The other dude though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to make it look like I'm, you know, I'm orchestrating. I'm like, pick your head up. So the other dude has his head down in the fight. But everything he's throwing, bro, he's just rocking my dog. You feel me? And before you know it, they got on the ground. Everybody would run up, clean break, break it up. They get in there again, start fighting. My homeboy kind of got over on him on that second round. You know what I'm saying? Third round, too, my homeboy got over on him. But then, like, they went like 6 rounds. All the rounds after that, he had his head up and he was like swinging. Funny as hell, like Mike Epps did in the movie All About the Benjamins. He was just swinging them bitches and he was whooping my homeboy, bro, on everything. And I'm laughing. This what you wanted, dog. This what you want. So what made it so funny to me is, as you know, I'm thinking of the situation now. At the time, I wasn't thinking of it, but I'm thinking like now, like you wanted to fight that man. He tried to pay you. You wanted to still fight him. You wanted to press him like you were big and bad, and you ended up getting whooped. And it was funny because after that whole situation went down, as soon as the fight was done, I'm like, all right, y'all boys, that's it. My homeboy's like, F you, frog. He starts yelling at me. And I'm like, I start laughing, bro. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, F you, bro. This and this. And he was mad because he got whooped. But he was the one that pushed his issue. Now, I understand he had a reason to push his issue. You feel me? But sometimes you got to learn to let things go. And every day after that, like when it ever got brought up, I'd be like, all right, nah. You trying to watch a movie? He'd be like, oh, you got jokes, bro. You got jokes. And I'd be like, boy, that boy had that fucking wow strength, didn't he? He had that World of Warcraft strength on your ass, bro. And I used to be laughing about the whole thing. You feel me? And I thought it was funny. I wanted to come on here and share it with y'all, you know? Because that was the first time ever throughout my prison bid that I watched a whole movie, like, on a cell phone. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it was a movie that I didn't really know anything about. I didn't know it came out. And I remember how into the damn movie the guy was, because when he was telling me about the trailer, he broke it down and he basically sold me into wanting to watch it with him, you see? So he was like a real deal World of Warcraft fanatic. He was talking about the company that makes it and all different stuff. Yeah, because then they do this, and then he was just telling me shit that seemed interesting. And then when I watched it, it was fire. And then as we're watching it, he's saying, oh, that da-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah, he's a, and they're a da-da-da. He was just telling me everything, like, you know, putting it in my mind, everything about everything. And then they'd pull like a weapon out. He'd name what the weapon was. And he knew his shit, you feel me? And it was just funny to me because he really didn't want to fight. He just wanted to watch a new movie, you know? And due to the fact that it was my first movie I watched inside a prison on a cell phone, you know, like, of course we watched movies on TV and stuff like that. You know, y'all believe it or not, a lot of the movies we watched on TV were in Spanish. That's the whole, it literally, we'd be sitting there like this watching that bit and it'd be in Spanish. You know, because only the good shit came out on the movie stations in Spanish where I was at the time, right? So, but as far as like on a cell phone watching a whole entire movie, because normally when you watch movies when you're locked up, it's like you'll get to watch the first half and then you're locked in for the night. Or you'll miss the first half and then you get to watch the second half until you get locked. You see, that's how it is. It's kind of rare that you get to watch the entire thing because their counts are normally in the middle around that time. You feel me? And due to my homeboy getting whooped, to me it was more funnier than everything, you know? And when the dude went to him to pay him, you know, the bread for the data, they had like a talk, and, you know, the dude that, you know, watched the movie with me, he was like, I didn't want to fight you, you know, I'm not into that fighting stuff and this and that, but I did throw and he named like some funny ass like movie like word, like a funny punch. It had a name. He threw it out there and he was like, you know, and my homeboy was like, what the fuck is that? And he was like, oh, that's what such and such in World of Warcraft does when he in a comic book of it. And he starts just breaking the shit down. I'm like, damn, bro, he hit you with that World of Warcraft shit, bro. And it was just so funny to me, you feel me? But the moral of the story is people fight over anything inside of prison. And things that might seem not interesting to you on the streets are going to be very interesting to you when you're locked up. And you're going to want to watch movies. And, you know, I'm probably not the only person, but every time I got released from anywhere I was locked up, man, I had a movie list and I had like a food list. I would write down, when I get out, I'm going to eat this, whether it's things I'm thinking of, things I see in magazines, things people are asking me if I ever had. No, I'm going to write it on my list. Or movies, I'm going to write them down. Things that somebody's telling me, what's it called? You know, because y'all just talk and y'all just look at shit. So it's like a lot of people come out with movie lists and food lists. You know, I'm going to eat this when I get out. I'm going to make this. I'm going to do that. You know, and you really want to care for it when you are on the streets. You know, time's moving, time's going, you know. But when you're locked up, the littlest things make you wanna, you know, do it, you know, watch it, eat it, whatever it is, if you could, because you can't, you see? And this guy, he paid me all that money just to watch the WoW movie. And I wanted to come on here and share it with y'all to let y'all know them boys got in a fight over that situation and everything, you know? If y'all been locked up somewhere and y'all seen people get into fights over little stuff, put it in the comments section. Because like I said, the littlest thing leads to a brawl. You know, I'm just glad throughout the whole situation that it was just a clean fight and then everything was straight and they were both able to sleep in the same dorm. Because a lot of times when you get yourself into a fight or it turns into something, and it might not even be a fight yet, it could just be an argument. Nothing physical even happened yet. Normally, both parties can no longer remain in that dorm. Because I ain't gonna trust sleeping in here with bruh, and bruh ain't gonna trust sleeping in here with me. You see, so I'm just glad that it kind of like disputed, you know? Even though my dog got whooped, that was the funny part. That's what made it so funny to me, because he was pushing the issue and got what his ass was, you know, looking for. You feel me? But he didn't feel bad for losing, you know? I guess it was a pride thing, you know? And the other dude didn't like make fun of them for whooping them, or didn't say, oh, that's why I beat your ass or anything. No, you know, they were cool after that. We all were vibing and shit. But homeboys in the circle would always make fun of my dog whose phone that was. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is, you know? And I get it. He woke up. The phone wasn't plugged up. He came to me, and then I said, nah, I plugged it up. And then I told him, oh, I had... And then the data would have been ran out, so he would have thought I used all the data. You know, a part of me always wonders how that would have been. If I would have drained the data. Say the phone was charged, right? And he woke up and the phone was charged perfectly fine. He went to do whatever he's going to normally do, and it was running real slow, and he checks and his data was ran out. He would have seen all the data got used, so he would have been like, damn, Frog is who I left the phone with last night. He must have used all my data last night. I wonder if he would have just been like, hey, bitch, you used all my data, dog. Or how he would have acted about it, you know. Of course, during the situation when I tell him, well, it's my fault because I'm the one that rented it out to where he could watch the movie, and I watched it with him. Of course, he's going to say, well, you're my dog. You can use my data, dog. I don't care. You feel me? But I wonder if he would have acted the same way if the phone was charged. He wouldn't have known the dude even used the shit until he would have came to me complaining about the data. And I would have been, oh, look, I got this bread for you. You see what I'm saying? So you never know how it really would have went. But anyways, Hope y'all like this story, man. If y'all watch something that's out of prison that you didn't see on the streets, that you couldn't wait to come out and you just had to watch it, or y'all watched a new movie on the TV screen, I know some jails and stuff, them officers be bringing in these little cracked little, you know, fire sticks and different things, and depending on where you are and how cool the guards are, they'll put some new stuff on the TV for you and you'll be watching some new movies and stuff like that, and you'll never miss a beat. If y'all seen something that you remember in your mind, the first time seeing it was when you were locked up, drop it in the comment section. Because I'll tell you the main movies that I always seen locked up, that we used to watch, and I always seen it in different places. One is the movie Life. For some reason, I could be locked up all the way in the Panhandle, like just like the top of Florida, or I could be locked up all the way down south, or I could be somewhere else. Life is coming on, whether it's in English or in Spanish. The movie Life is one of the main movies that I've seen so many different times, and it's like you can't help but to watch it when you're locked up because all y'all have that shit in common. You know what I'm saying? A couple other ones was like Hellboy, Spider-Man, you know, Shawshank Redemption, which is a great movie, by the way, if y'all, Forrest Gump. You know what I'm saying? These are like movies that'll come on and you'll be like, oh shit, what is Forrest Gump? You know what I'm saying? So you're like, you can't help but you want to watch it because you've seen it before. You know, whether you've seen it on the streets before that or whether it's your first time seeing it. Whatever movie y'all remember watching so much or that you remember seeing locked up, drop it in the comment section, all right? I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I hope everybody has a great week. Y'all already know, like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, and clout chasers out your circle. And until next time, this the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.